Planning your future can be a daunting task. What you want to do, who you want to be, and the road ahead can often be unpredictable. No one really knows what the future holds. Avondale. It's education designed for life.
Every week, It Is Written is available to millions of free-to-air viewers throughout Australia, New Zealand, New Guinea and the Pacific. It Is Written's Gary Kent regularly takes viewers to the far corners of the globe to report on new evidence and discoveries that confirm the Bible and Christian beliefs. It Is Written also provides medical care to remote Pacific Island communities. Join Gary Kent each week for It Is Written. See television guides and the It Is Written website for broadcast times. It Is Written with Gary Kent. It really is television that changes lives.
Hi, welcome back. Well, if there's one topic in the area of religious rights that's bound to get pulses racing and blood boiling, it's the issue of the Muslim headscarf. And here to help us fight another skirmish of this ongoing war is James Standish. Hi, James.
It's great to be back, Ken.
Why this issue now?
Well, there's been a recent US Supreme Court decision regarding an applicant to a very popular sort of, I guess you'd say, somewhat hip clothing company called Abercrombie and Fitch.
Okay.
And she was a Muslim woman. She went in wearing a headscarf, and she was denied the job because the company has a policy that their staff do not wear head covering.
They had a hipness code, you know.
They
a
do have a
dress.
hipness
You've got to
code.
look sort of hip.
Yeah, I don't know if you could make it, to be honest. I think I'd have a shot if I gave it a...
But they didn't think the headscarf made it. Okay,
Yeah.
So in the end, the Supreme Court has ruled in favour of this young lady and said your prospective employer, would-be employer, was wrong, and they should have given religious some sort of well, what's the word?
Well, accommodation.
Accommodation, that's the word I'm searching for.
The question was whether an employer can have a so-called neutral policy that disparately impacts on different people's religions. So a Sikh or a Muslim or a Jew or you know, whatever it is. And the answer is that that they cannot exclude you from the applicant pool effectively because of that. It doesn't mean that you're always going to win, because there is another balancing test once you're across that, and that is that asks the practical questions, things like, you know, will your garb impact on safety in a workplace? So you can't have flowing garb next to whirling machinery and all that stuff. Yeah. The law isn't crazy, though sometimes it seems like it. And so that it takes that into account. But this was to get across that threshold, if you like. And I'm really proud, Kent, because the Seventh-day Adventist Church, my colleagues at the headquarters there, did what's called an amicus brief, that's a friend of the court brief, in support of this Muslim woman because of the principles that were at stake. And I'm proud that they did, and I'm proud that they won the case 8-1.
Wow, okay. I mean, this issue goes broader. I mean, in France, for example, there's been some pretty hardcore bans on the Muslim headscarf. I think Turkey, too, surprisingly, has some pretty strict rules.
Traditionally, yes.
Yeah. Why would a Christian church speak out about an issue to do with Islam? Can you just, as we wrap up, explain it?
Look, I mean, religious freedom is a principle that goes across the board, and if you start saying religious freedom applies to me and not to somebody else, well, that's not really religious freedom. That's just individual privilege.
Sure.
And Christianity at our core says, you know, what I want for myself, I should accord to somebody else.
Do unto others as you would have them to do to you.
You may have heard that one before.
Yeah, here and there. Yeah.
It's in the greatest hits. The point is, the headscarf issue is complex. If a woman is coerced to wear a headscarf, that's wrong, and we would support her individual right not to. And of course, when a headscarf turns into a complete covering so that somebody is completely obscured and almost becomes anonymous in
It becomes a security issue.
Well, not a security issue, but an issue of individual rights. And so there is, with every right, you look at the margins and you say, well, there's some serious issues here. But somebody wearing a headscarf as a general proposition, when they're not coerced and that's what they want to do and that's what they feel is their religious duty, well, that person shouldn't be discriminated against because of that, and we will support her right every time.
I mean, nuns do it all the time, and we've never had any problem with that. Thanks so much.
Not since The Sound of Music. So.
No. Thanks so much for your time, James. Really appreciate it.
It's a pleasure.
We'll take a short break now. Family in Focus is back in just a sec.